If so, you are probably affirming a should instead of a want. The problem is that most people don't know what they want. So instead of formulating a positive outcome, they formulate a negative outcome. When I ask my coaching clients, "What do you want?" it is amazing how many struggle to come up with an answer that clearly states what they want. At best, they usually can come up with some improvement on their present situation or improve on something they don't want. The way they do this is by making comparisons. They use words such as more, better, etc. For example, I choose to feel better. I choose to be more self-confident. I choose to have more money, etc. Although that is better than affirming the negative, the drawback is that it always calls attention indirectly to a negative situation that they don't want. In other words, it draws attention to the things that their affirmation is supposed to be better than or more of. This keeps the negative possible outcome in their mind, and defeats the whole purpose of making the affirmative statement in the first place. Let me give you an example. When I ask a client what they don't want, I find that they can tell me in great detail exactly what it is that they want to get rid of in their life. They will say something like, "I want my boyfriend to stop spending so much time with his mates." Or, "I know I don't want a job where I have to travel so far." The reason for this is that they will have a very clear picture in their mind of what they don't like, or don't want, and almost none, or at best a vague picture, of what they really would like to have. In other words, their intense preoccupation is usually with what they lack, what's wrong in their life. Unfortunately, this is entirely the wrong way to go about making an effective affirmation. If you hold a negative picture in your mind about what you don't want, or the things you don't like about your present situation, you are reinforcing that negative situation into your memory, and the end result is you will keep experiencing it over and over again. But if you can imagine a positive outcome that would eliminate your problem, then there is a very high probability that you will attract that outcome into your life. So, if you focus on what you want instead of what you don't want, that will be the likely outcome. Why is this important? It is because your subconscious mind is like a computer. And as you probably know, a computer thinks in literal terms. When entering information into a computer, to find the answer to a particular problem, you must be exact in the way you pose the question. Your subconscious mind and your brain work the same way. Like all computers, it is literal in its interpretation of the input that it receives. Its performance or the final outcome depends on the precision of the commands it receives. It must understand the command, or it simply doesn't know what to do. So, when you choose to do better in school, or you make any other comparative statement, your computer mind isn't understand. As far as your computer mind is concerned, doing better could mean anything. It could mean doing a lot better or only just a tiny bit better. The problem is that your subconscious doesn't know whether doing better in school means getting an A or a C+. As far as your computer mind is concerned, C+ is better if you have a C. So, if your affirmative statement is ambiguous, it will result in an ambiguous outcome. 3. Your affirmations must be specific. As you have already learned, you must state exactly what you want. It cannot contain a vague comparison like more or better. Instead, it must state exactly what you want. For example, I choose to earn $50,000 this year. Not I want to earn more money this year than last year. The first statement is specific, and the other is vague. When you are vague, your subconscious doesn't understand the command. If you earn $40,000 per year and you just say, I want to earn more money this year than last year, your subconscious has no idea what more means, so it could interpret it as only a little more, and you will end up with $40,001. Also, it is preferable not to words like prosperity or abundance when programming your subconscious. Your subconscious does not understand those words, because they are not specific. Instead, write down the exact amount of money you want to create. In the above example, we used a specific amount. I choose to earn $50,000 this year. Not I choose financial abundance and prosperity. It is important to affirm only as much as you can imagine yourself accepting. Don't overstate and don't understate. Have a clear picture of the end result you wish to experience, something you can accept without anxiety or stress. Everything works on their acceptance level. If you want to lose weight, write down the exact weight you desire. I choose to weigh 150 pounds by date. If you want to be a better parent, don't affirm, I choose to be a good mother. You can't get a good picture of that in your mind. Instead, say, I choose to spend 10 minutes a day with each child, to help them improve their self-confidence. Or I choose to spend 10 minutes a day with each child, to help them feel loved and accepted. Or I choose to discipline each child with fairness, firmness and consistency. Saying, I'm a good tennis player won't do it either. Affirm the specifics of the tennis game you wish to improve. Your swing, your follow-through, your serve. Break down the characteristics and skill levels you need to perform a specific job or a task. Break down each technique or step. It is like going to the travel agent and asking for a ticket. You have to know exactly where you are going. Clear definition is essential. This simply means being specific. 4. Your affirmation must use words that trigger feeling and emotion. Use words that trigger feeling and emotion. Your subconscious responds to feeling and emotion. It is essential to use words that create these responses within your subconscious. One of the most productive feelings is excitement. Put as much excitement as you can into your affirmations. Certain words may evoke emotion to some, but not to others. Each person must find words that trigger the right emotion for him or her. Write out your affirmations so that they create a sense of fun, excitement, happiness, and joy. Any words or phrases that create a powerful emotion in you will deeply impress your subconscious. A rule of thumb is the more emotion, the faster the change. There must be some excitement or compelling reason for your statement. Why? Because a lifeless affirmative statement is like a boring advertisement on TV. You won't pay attention to it, and it will have a negligible impact. If you are marketing a product or a service, one of the first things you must address in any ad is to get the prospect's attention. If you think about it, your affirmation is like an ad that you create up to get your attention. What you are trying to do is to sell yourself on the idea that it's something you really desire. In other words, you want to buy into and truly want what you are seeking to create. The wording in your affirmative statement should help you to do this. For this reason, I suggest that you use appealing and attention-getting phrases and words. Use carefully selective adjectives and superlatives to add excitement and energy to your affirmative statement. It will act like a magnet to draw you to the outcome you seek. Use words that create movement in your imagery. The result is you will keep moving toward your goal with self-confidence and poise. What we are saying here is you want to make your affirmative statement as exciting and pleasurable as possible. In fact, so exciting and so pleasurable that you will want to keep saying it over and over again. Here an example of what I mean. I choose to find it easy and enjoyable to. When you include the adjective easy, it literally makes things easier for you. If something seems difficult, it sets up resistance in your subconscious mind. But if it seems easy, then you will be more relaxed about doing it, and the results will come much faster. Using the adjective easy can be applied to almost anything you do in life. I use it frequently with my clients and myself, and it has had a profound effect on the outcome. It has made things come faster and easier. Another word I like to use is fun, as in, I choose to find it fun to exercise every day. Or, I choose to find it fun to think up new ideas for my business. We all like to have fun. We want to do more of anything that we perceive as fun. You can also add any of the following adjectives to give your affirmation more appeal: comfortable, safe, satisfying, quickly, smoothly, delightful, etc. If you use these words or other words that imply the same feeling, new ways to make your desired goal what you want will be drawn irresistibly toward you. Remember, you're the director and producer of your movie, so you can have it any way you want it. 5. Your affirmation should focus on the best possible outcome. Try to come up with the best possible outcome you can imagine. Suppose you wanted a new apartment. If you just affirm a new apartment, you might end up with a small, dingy, noisy apartment with poor lighting and poorly ventilated rooms. Your affirmation worked because your apartment is new to you, but it may not be very comfortable to live in. A much more effective affirmation might be, I choose to live in a sunny, spacious, quiet, well-looked-after apartment. This affirmative statement will attract a much better outcome. 6. Your affirmation must make a positive statement, as we have previously discussed.